from Curl Shop, a brand dedicated to bringing you curly hair products. So about 3 weeks ago now, I let go of the blondes. I know. I was blonde for about 2-3 years and I absolutely loved it, but to be honest, I was just tired of maintaining it. Every time my roots grew in, I would have to touch up my highlights, which just meant more bleach, which meant more damage. And although I was treating my hair and blah, 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 it's just a lot. Another thing is that I naturally have a red undertone. So even though my goal was an ash blonde, it kept going very brassy. So I would have to either tone it or use purple shampoo constantly to kind of upkeep it. And I got tired. Me and my curls, we had a talk and they're just like, you know what? It's either me or the blonde, and I almost chose, no, I'm kidding. I chose the curls. Girl, curls, we got you. So when I first got my hair done, and it was actually a lot more vibrant, and I will insert a photo so you can see, it faded quite a bit. So much so that I actually had to go and get it touched up about 2 weeks after, just because it faded to like a gingery orange, and then my roots stayed red. And I just pictured, and to be honest, I didn't mind either color. I liked both, but I just couldn't have them at the same time, obviously, because I look crazy. So I got it touched up and it faded again, but not as bad. It blends in a lot more, and the fading is completely natural. It's just because my hair was very bleached and very blonde. The color just couldn't stick to it as well as it can on untouched hair. So that's why my roots stayed and my bleached hair faded. I will go up close so you guys can kind of see it. I don't know if you can tell, but I hope this is in focus because I cannot see. But yeah, it's not red, but it's definitely like a coppery ginger. It's a gingery red, something like that. But yeah, I'm really happy with this color. I wanted it to be more gingery, more coppery. I just thought this would look more natural. Natural, what is natural anymore? I don't even know. But yeah, I'm like super happy. I went to my friend Kia, who's a stylist based in Toronto, and we actually filmed a bit of the process, and she's a sweetheart and answered some questions on like how to take care of red hair, the process of dyeing red hair, upkeep, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, keep watching, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Dyeing just the roots right now?
We did the roots first because whenever you have virgin hair and you have lighter ends, you have to use a higher developer so that the roots lighten up to and catch up to the ends, because you don't want to put the same thing on. If you put the same developer that you use at the ends will be significantly lighter and it will just give like a red tint instead of catching it up.
So because Rowan went through highlights already before and she has dimensions already in her blonde,
When you add the red to the rest of her hair, is it going to be one solid color, or is it going to take the dimensions of the highlights that are already there?
It's going to take on the dimensions that she has, because she has some that are darker, and I'm just using, on her ends, I'm using a developer that just deposits the color. So that whatever level she's at already, it's just going to change it to a red tint instead.
I got levels to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was actually gonna ask, what is the safest way to go red? Assuming someone has virgin hair, is it as damaging as going blonde? Because I know a lot of people say like you need to go blonde first before you go red. Is that true? Or
no, not necessarily. It really just depends on the type of red. You're about a level 3 or 4, so I didn't have to pre-lighten you, but if you're like a 1 or 2, like as dark as me, if you want to be like a really bright red like what we're going, I would have to lighten my hair before, but you can use color remover. It doesn't you don't necessarily have to go through the process of putting bleach. You just have to lighten it a couple levels so you can use color remover and then deposit the color.
Okay, so it's not as damaging as it would be to go blonde.
No.
So, if you don't have blonde hair already, don't worry about having to bleach your hair blonde and then wait for the red. You can kind of do it a safer way.
I was also going to ask, because this is now going to be new to me. I've never been red ever, and I play with my hair a lot color wise. How does one maintain red hair? Because I know, for example, with blonde hair, I had to use purple shampoos or like be careful with the brassiness. Is it the same with red hair, or is it a lot easier to maintain?
It's a lot easier to maintain, but they have red shampoos that you can use.
Oh, they do?
Yep. And the color of the shampoo is actually red. It has just a little bit of a toner in it. Same concept like purple shampoo. So you can use something like that, or like the Revlon has a color ball that I was telling you about, and you can maintain blondes with it. There's so many different colors. They have pastel colors if you're blonde and you want to experiment with colors without having to go through a process. So I could have gone
baby pink?
Yeah.
Damn it. Give me another 5 years and I'll get there again. It's fine. Sorry, carry on.
But yeah.
It's okay if I ever have a full blonde fro.
Will you do it for me?
Then maybe. Okay, guys, don't.
I'm gonna hold you to that. Everyone Cash just said when she goes fully blonde, she'll dye her hair pink for me.
Well, at least you can do it, and then after a couple washes it comes out and you'll be blonde again. Revlon offers so many things that you can experiment with the colors, especially if you're a blonde. If you're not a blonde and you want to experiment, you can still use the color balls, but you just won't see it as bright. Like I've used on my dark hair, I've used a purple one and my hair came out plum, but it washes out over time. But that's something that you can use daily to maintain your red. You can buy one that's copper or red.
And it's just like a conditioner, you're saying. Amazing.
So for highlights, it's best to brush your hair out. But Rowan still has the curls right now. So how come it's okay to leave it curly when she's dyeing her hair?
This is just depositing, and you only brush it out so it's easier for someone who's doing your highlights to weave in and out and pick out those pieces that they want to put in the foils. But since we're not putting any foils in your head, we don't really need to, and the color kind of just combs out your curls anyway. It spreads really easily, whereas the lightener doesn't spread as well, or bleach.
Is the color going to quote unquote relax her hair and make it any looser?
Probably for the first day or so. I notice whenever I color my hair, my curl pattern changes slightly. But then after a few days, like if I were to wear my hair, I blow dried my hair, but if I were to wear it curly, after a couple days it would go back. It's just because it's a process. The cuticles of your hair are open, so you just need to retrain it's kind of like retraining your hair.
Get that bounce back.
Yeah.
liking it? How you like it?
To be honest, I haven't seen
It's
it in the mirror
different.
up close yet, but from this angle, it's so nice.
Oh my gosh. It's dark again. Do a little spin. Do a little spin. Okay. Okay.
Some things to note if you are going to go red is that red hair bleeds like crazy. And I mean, like, I couldn't wear white or any light colors for about 2 weeks. I had to sleep on a towel because my bed sheets are white, and that's an absolute no. I even actually changed some of my pillowcases, so they were like dark pillowcases. I pretty much had to like walk around in saran wrap basically after I took a shower, so like it wouldn't stain anything anywhere.